We've got a body language expert. James, you're with us. Tell us.
In fact, you can see, body language. That was funny. Actually, I do study a lot of body language. But actually, Fabi biting his nails there is showing he's a little bit nervous. But I think he's comfortable, but I can tell he's under a little bit of pressure. I mean, he just lost the match there. It's a 2-game match and short time controls, and these two-game matches, I mean, Hikaru is very good with this. This is now or never. You have to do this right now. Hikaru is comfortable. He's feeling good, and you can tell. You can see that Hikaru is very comfortable, bopping a little bit, looking up, doing his usual stuff as he's very comfortable here. Fabi just has to get it together here, and maybe he'll be able to win the match.
Wow. And it is go time. Both players will just have one white. Fabi starts with his white. He chooses the English opening. David, what do you make of this opening choice by Fabi?
Very balanced stuff. I personally slightly prefer white's chances in this opening, but black, of course, rock solid for now.
Definitely love the space. I mean, it's a space thing. I mean, of course, I'm a King's Indian player. I like playing King's Indian, so we do give up space to be able to, strike and be aggressive here, which you can still do that. I mean, yes, you have space, but black has pawn breaks, c5, a5, right? c6, d5 at some point. Move the knight, play f5. So lots of pawn breaks, but also white has one too. Especially if we take with the pawn here, we can actually open up the f file and play d4 at some point. Maybe bishop e2 and open the f file. Big fan of taking with the pawn in this situation.
Yeah, I've got to say, I don't see it immediately for Nakamura. For example, okay, he pushes his c-pawn forward. This pawn break can be locked down, as you mentioned there, James. Now, indirectly, you control this square too many times. That square is covered by 4 white pieces. If you include pawns, it's only defended 3 times for black. I don't think you have time to prepare it properly either. If the bishop comes out, white castles. If you break in the center, this will drop the central pawn. This one opens up, but anytime this opens up, I do like the prospect of this white bishop on the long diagonal. He offers a trade of queens instead of breaking with pawns. And the question now for Fabi, to take or not to take? What do you think?
That is the question. To take or not to take? That is the question. No, I'm just not trading queens here. What about you, Robert?
Well, Fabiano answered it, and he answered the same way as you. So we have Caruana over here playing queen to d2. I like it. He is saying, let's keep the queens on the board. Let's leave a little bit more life in the position. There's no reason to liquidate just yet. And with all the ideas that James was highlighting with pawn to f4, castling kingside, get your king to h2, things like that, white can strike later.
And it looks like, wow, Hikaru burning the clock there a little bit, getting close to 2 minutes. Fabi, I see the eval bar. It says it's pretty level, but Hikaru says, I'm ready for the attack. Bring it on. Falls back with the knight. How is he countering f4?
For example, if he starts the attack now, if he plays rook to g1, this is Hikaru's idea. He will trade these rooks off after a rook capture. I'm not sure which way he'll take, let's say, with the knight. And suddenly the attack might be less potent. Yes, you can push this pawn forward, but black's rook will be ready to defend. And you have to, again, be sure that you're breaking through. So, OK. Actually, he's gone for a knight retreat. Rook trade imminent. There we go. They're off the board. And is this knight going this direction, perhaps, towards the black king?
Nice.
Exactly where he's going.
Yeah.
Bringing another piece into the attack is Fabiano Caruana. It may backfire. He may lose his queenside, and that could cost him. But he wants to bring that knight right over to the kingside, bring it as an attacker rather than sitting idly by on the queenside. So I think, practically speaking, it makes a lot of sense. But Hikaru, he's perked up a bit here. He's saying, you're not going to checkmate me, and if you don't, I actually have some chances down on the left-hand side of the board.
But, yep, he's going for it, and here we go. We go into the jungle, Robert. You ready? You ready here?
I'm ready. You're ready. I'm not sure if Fabiano Caruana's ready. He's just throwing all his pieces up the board here. But I was saying it could backfire, and I think Fabiano's going to regret not closing down the queenside. He gave up a pawn, thinking he has an attack. But earlier on, he probably could have kept his pawn, kept his knight in the game, but instead he shifted gears, and he really wants to win, but I don't know about this. And the eval bar says, no, this is all good for Hikaru.
This game's going to end in one of 2 ways. Either black's going to win the endgame, he's got an extra pawn, he's got the kind of long-term advantages with better pieces, or white's going to checkmate. It's one of those 2. It's not going to end in a draw, this one. I'm counting it now.
And David, the queens are coming. It is coming to the king side, either on the g file, lining up with the king, or one step ahead, attacking that e8 rook. So the attack on the king side, it's building up. How dangerous is it going to be?
Very. Surely. Black's queen now heading back. Does she want to go the whole way around? Takes her 2 or 3 moves to go and defend her king. The knights are coming. The pawns are rolling. This one looks so scary.
It's definitely scary here, but I still don't see the kill shot. This is so hard. Like, yeah, he gets back. Unbelievable defense. It's like ridiculous. Like, somebody check him. How does he do this, right? The defense is really, really impeccable.
I wonder if we could bring up the suggestion, because this is looking quite worrisome for the Black King in the corner. And Rook H1 being the threat, we see Queen D8 and Queen G5 both give Black a huge advantage, but the third best move actually cuts into that edge, and that would give White some chances.
Wow, the first move, we've got to say, Queen to D8, I don't think that's going to be played.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like it's forcing the White Queen back where it came from and back to threaten checkmate in one move. But the idea here is to swing the Black Queen back with tempo. Any queen trades favour Black. Wow. Extremely difficult there. The second move I could imagine being played by Hikaru Nakamura. But the idea after this Rook slide, maybe that is more difficult. It looks like a deadly move here, a deadly check. But, OK, he goes for something else. He goes for another option, moving his rook instead. And suddenly this is turning. Evaluation bar back to the centre. Black's king coming under fire. Also, watch out for this pawn dropping in the near future.
Yeah.
What do you do here?
That was a bad move, according to our eval bar. And Fabi calmly and coolly just retreats with the knight first, the a4 pawn hanging on one side of the board, the rook threatening to give a check on the other side of the board.
Yeah. Multiple flanks you have to worry about here. Black slides his queen back. But again, are you going to be able to keep your king safe? Who's going to be able to keep their king safe? So many questions to answer. This one's in the balance. Anything could happen. Fabi with 30 seconds more. That could be vital later on. Fabi, it's actually hard for him right now. I like Nakamura's rook. That black rook is ready. It's flexible. It can jump across to trade off any time. And Fabi just setting up, just posting up his pieces in the black half. But a mysterious one. No threat that I can see.
He's taken control of the f5 square. We were just talking about how the knight can't jump there, David, and he's just reinforced the defense. So he really wants to get the knight or the rook to that f5 square. And now Hikaru uses this chance to defend his own a-pawn, bringing the knight into the attack. Are we expecting a jump on that f5 square that we've been pointing out?
Bishop d1, not a bad move, because it's not clear where Black's attack is going to come from. Let's not forget about the 8th rank, that if the Black Queen gives a check and leaps forward, there will be a last rank check against the Black King. So he steps up with his king there, and that's a great move.
Yeah, nice move. Once you spot the opponent's plans, you can react in advance, take away their threats before they even happen, and Fabi will be disappointed by that one. The Black King super safe now. Any knight checks the White can flick in will just be captured off the board. And Fabi does the same, just getting out of the line of checks before they happen preemptively.
And look at the clock. Fabi's down to 5 seconds.
What was that king move?
He goes back, picks up the pawn.
He's playing on seconds.
Okay.
Oh my God, he wants to double up on the f-file.
But the bishop can slide back home, and the rook is going to team up, but wow, Hikaru's just zigzagging with his pieces.
Whoa, and the knight's
clock.
broken in. The knight has broken through. That white rook attacked, pawns attacked, stepping backwards.
Knight h3 check, yeah. And what? There's no check?
Knight f2.
Knight f2, okay.
You win a
Knight
bishop.
f2. Oh, takes, but then queen d8.
Oh, gosh.
So
you
it's a
gotta
mess.
Where is the checkmate? It feels like Black is winning. Black's
He's got
queen
13
can jump
seconds.
in. The rook sidesteps,
Oh
lining
my
up.
goodness, this is crazy.
Oh my God.
Queen f4. And
What a
Oh,
move.
nice.
Yeah.
Shutting down the attack, offering a queen trade. You can't take it. The endgame is dead lost.
And knight f2 check. The rook is pinned on h2. That means that White can't take it, and after the trades, it's over. You see the piece comes off the board after queen f2 check. I think Fabiano is just resigning, and he has.
And he does, and the fist pump from Hikaru. Hikaru celebrates there. What a game. What moves in time scramble. That was some amazing chess we saw in the last few seconds.
It was just unbelievable skill from Hikaru Nakamura. He breathed a sigh of relief. He is pumped, and he just did such amazing work with such little time on his clock.